Imagine a city so advanced that it had sophisticated urban planning and maybe even indoor plumbing nearly 5,000 years ago. Now, picture an empire whose god-kings built temples that literally touched the heavens, stone monuments meant to last an eternity. Okay, now imagine they all just disappeared. One day they were there, and the next, they were gone, leaving behind silent cities and cryptic clues. These are the forgotten legends of lost civilizations. Their stories aren't written in dusty old books. They're etched in stone, stamped on tiny clay seals, and whispered on the wind that blows through their empty streets. So today, let's go find some secrets that time tried to erase. Our first stop is the vast plains of modern-day Pakistan and northwest India, home to a civilization that was, for a very long time, completely lost to history, the Indus Valley Civilization. Flourishing back in the Bronze Age, this was a culture of incredible scale and sophistication, easily rivaling its more famous cousins in Egypt and Mesopotamia. In fact, at its peak, it may have been the largest civilization on Earth. Their cities, places like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, were masterpieces. They were laid out on perfect grid systems, with impressive citadels, public buildings, and signs of seriously advanced water management. Just look at the Great Bath at Mohenjo-Daro, a massive, mysterious structure that points to some complex ritual life. But here's the central mystery of the Indus Valley. We don't really know who they were. Their writing, a complex system of symbols found on thousands of tiny seals, remains completely undeciphered. That means their name for themselves, their laws, their literature, their entire history, it's all gone. Their legends are silent. We're left to piece it all together like detectives at an ancient crime scene, with only the artifacts they left behind, and the most tantalizing clues might lie in their beliefs. Archaeologists have found thousands of small terracotta figurines of women, often with incredibly elaborate hairstyles and jewelry. The working theory is that these represent a mother goddess, a powerful deity of fertility and creation. It's a belief that might even be a distant ancestor to the worship of goddesses like Shakti in later Hinduism, a hint of an ancient spiritual thread that has never been completely broken. One amazing seal even shows a plant growing from a woman's womb, a powerful, direct link to the earth as the source of all life. But another artifact has sparked the most debate. It's called the Pashupati seal. Discovered in Mohenjo-Daro, this small stone seal shows a seated figure with a horned headdress, surrounded by wild animals, a rhino, a buffalo, an elephant, and a tiger. The figure sits in a posture that looks a lot like a modern-day yogi, calm and powerful among the beasts. So, who is this horned god? For decades, many scholars have argued this could be a proto-Shiva, an early version of one of Hinduism's most important gods, in his form as Pashupati, the lord of animals. The pose, the horns, the mastery over nature, it all points to a figure of immense power. Of course, there are other theories. Could this be a shaman, a spiritual leader who traveled between the human and spirit worlds? Or maybe a divine bullman, connected to the importance of cattle in their society? Some have even suggested it's an early form of a buffalo demon from Hindu mythology. Without being able to read their writing, we just don't know for sure. The horned god remains an enigma, a forgotten legend staring back at us across 5 millennia. Just as mysterious as their beliefs is their disappearance. Around 1900 BCE, the great cities of the Indus Valley started to decline. Their unified system of weights and measures fell apart. Writing became rare, and the once bustling urban centers slowly emptied out. So what happened? It wasn't one single, dramatic event. Instead, it seems to have been a slow, gradual unraveling. Evidence points to major shifts in climate that likely disrupted the monsoons and dried up the Ghaggar Hakra River, a vital lifeline. This environmental stress may be combined with internal conflicts or a breakdown of trade, led to a slow migration away from the cities. The masters of the rivers simply faded away, leaving their silent cities to be swallowed by the earth. The Indus Valley people weren't the only ones to build a world on belief, only to see it vanish. Millennia later and thousands of miles away, in the dense jungles of Cambodia, another empire would raise its own gods to the sky and create one of the most breathtaking wonders on the planet. This was the Khmer Empire. From the 9th to the 15th centuries, the Khmer dominated Southeast Asia. Their wealth was built on a total mastery of water. They engineered a colossal network of canals and reservoirs called barrays, which let them control the wild seasonal monsoons and produce huge rice surpluses. This agricultural wealth fueled an empire of unbelievable power, and at the heart of that power was a powerful legend, the cult of the Devaraja, or the God King. You see, the Khmer kings weren't just chosen by the gods, they were believed to be living, breathing incarnations of the gods on earth. A king might be seen as a human form of Shiva, the creator and destroyer, or Vishnu, the preserver. This belief was the political and religious bedrock of the empire, the ultimate justification for their absolute rule. To honor their divine selves, each king built a massive temple mountain to serve as his spiritual home and, eventually, his tomb. These weren't just places of worship, they were architectural models of the Hindu universe. The central towers represented the peaks of Mount Meru, the mythical home of the gods, while the giant moats surrounding them symbolized the cosmic ocean at the edge of the world. The grandest of them all is Angkor Wat, built in the 12th century by King Suryavarman II for the god Vishnu. It is still the largest religious structure in the world. And unlike the silent Indus seals, the legends of the Khmer are carved for everyone to see. Its walls are covered in over half a mile of intricate carvings, a stunning library of stone telling the epic stories of Hindu mythology. You can see the legendary Battle of Kurukshetra, with armies of warriors and chariots clashing in stone. You can see the hero Rama and his monkey army battling the demon king Ravana. And most famously, you can see the churning of the Sea of Milk, a spectacular creation myth where gods and demons pull on a giant serpent to create the elixir of immortality. These weren't just decorations. They were stories that proved the king's divine connection to the cosmos. For centuries, this system of power and belief seemed invincible. But just like the Indus Valley, the Khmer Empire wasn't immune to change. Its decline was a slow-motion catastrophe. The same water system that gave them life may have become their undoing. Evidence shows periods of intense drought followed by destructive floods, likely tied to climate change, which would have crippled their agriculture. The massive canals started to fail. At the same time, a religious revolution was brewing. Theravada Buddhism, with its focus on personal salvation, began to spread, challenging the top-down Hindu beliefs that propped up the God King. As this new idea took hold, the king's divine authority eroded. Add in constant pressure from rival kingdoms, like the Thai kingdom of Ayutthaya, which sacked Angkor in 1431, and the empire began to crack. The capital was eventually moved, and the magnificent city of Angkor, once the center of their world, was slowly abandoned and left for the jungle to reclaim. From the silent, mysterious seals of the Indus Valley to the epic stone stories of the Khmer, we see two totally different legacies. One is a whisper of a legend, a puzzle with most of its pieces missing. The other is a grand, theatrical epic written in stone, its characters still marching into battle centuries after their audience left. What connects them is a haunting truth. Even the mightiest civilizations with their brilliant cities and divine kings are fragile. They can be unraveled by a river that changes its course, a shift in the sky that stops the rain, or a new idea that changes how people see the world. Their magnificent ruins aren't just monuments to their power, but also to their impermanence. It's a profound reminder that history has forgotten more than it remembers, and that just beneath our feet lie countless other forgotten legends, waiting for their stories to be told again. If you think these lost stories are as fascinating as I do, subscribe for more journeys into the past. And tell me in the comments which lost civilization should we explore next. Thanks for watching.